Wouldn't it be cool if you could just open up the entire front end of your house and just open it to this lake?
My approach came from a mechanic background, logging background, tinkering background, and I came from fixing Victrola record players when I was a kid. Put it all together and it worked.
I remember very early on just recognizing the genius of being able to solve a problem, something that required physics and engineering in very simple terms. And that's elegance to us. As architects, you're always trying to find the simple answer to a complex question. And Phil knew how to do that.
Kinetic architecture in our minds is the parts and pieces of architecture that move. The earliest huts that had a door that could actually swing, or windows that it could actually open.
It can be as simple as a pivoting door. It can be complex as moving an entire wall of a building or moving an entire building. They're making a space more adaptable, more functional.
You can take the whole wall and just remove it as a barrier completely, blurring the interior and exterior.
The moving and changing of the architecture to fit whatever's going on is really what kinetics is all about.
Working with Phil Turner for the past 20 years has completely transformed how we think about architecture, to push beyond simply having doors and windows that could move, and to begin to explore every other element and plane within a piece of architecture, much of which never existed before. I think it's important to realize that Phil Turner has changed the face of contemporary architecture, and certainly the architecture that we make around the world.
I got some letters around from previous employees saying that since working with me, they look at problems totally different. They used to look at problems, oh God, a problem, what am I going to do, what am I going to do? Now they look at a problem as not a problem, but a puzzle that needs to be solved. So it's just a mindset.
You know, the first time I met Phil, he comes in and, I describe, we got these big doors, heavy glass steel. We were trying to figure out how to open them slowly and not hurt anybody. It's a good idea. Do you think you can do that? Why the hell not? That was the answer.
He is incredibly innovative in a super logical way. I always refer to that as scrappy innovation.
For some reason or other, every place I worked there for a couple of years and became the boss. And I never wanted to be the boss or the foreman. I just wanted to make stuff. We left Seattle when I was on my fourth birthday, moved up in the mountains. We had no electricity. We were too far away from the store and too poor to buy stuff. So we had to have lots of good junk around to make things out of. But then working as a logger, doing the whole thing, falling, bucking. I've always been real good at figuring out how to move really, really heavy things manually.
What do you think it is about solving these problems that you enjoy so much?
I don't know. I like to work puzzles. I guess everything is a puzzle. Something like this, there's really, really clever, complicated ways you could do it. But I think simple is just fine.
It's like the first ascent of a mountain. You're investing quite a bit of risk and commitment to this idea, but anything that makes you sort of push beyond that boundary that you set up for yourself is what I think leads to an interesting life. Risk is just something that keeps us alive.
There is something magical about when you can grab a handle, push a button, pull a lever, crank a wheel, and make such an amazing difference in your material state.
When you move that gizmo, you're basically the motor of this large device. So all of a sudden, the human body becomes part of the engineering of this thing.
I think the future of kinetics lies within the project opportunities themselves. The project has to demand the response.
It's a response to the fact that the world is in constant motion. Everything's changing from morning and nighttime, all the seasons, weather, the climate. No 2 minutes are the same. A lot of kinetics is just adjusting your environment in response to what's going on around us.
Does that make it hard to do?
Yeah.
I'm just checking the bell.
We are not about the usual progress, about the usual evolution. For us, it's to work on projects that lead to worlds we don't even know. We've been known as an office that's willing to be audacious.
How did you find these books when you were younger?
Oh, no, this one came from an old prospector up the road. He gave me this in 1954. But some of the other ones I bought at this Shower's used bookstore downtown. It's just basic mechanical movements. And the nice thing about it, it doesn't tell you what it's for. It just shows you a picture and like this one, described as ordinary piston rod and crank motion. That's it. That's all it tells you. You figure out the rest.